Okay, an example of carving, we have the Bulol gods. Okay, Bulol gods. Di ba sabi ko nakaraan? Pag sinabing, wood carving, of course, you use the wood as a um, primary medium or material to create sculptures and decorative items and functional objects. A question under ng wood carving. Which of the following is an anthropomorphic carving representing a rice god or guardian spirits? Answer here is Bulol. Okay? Bulol. Pag sinabing anthropomorphic, ano ibig sabihin ng anthropomorphic? Ano ibig sabihin ng anthropomorphic? Anthropomorphic shape of human. Okay? Or human shape. Okay? Saan ginagamit si Bulol? Okay? Tawag sa kanya ay rice god. Okay? Tagapagbantay. Okay? Ano symbolism? Fertility, prosperity, and guidance. Okay? Prosperity and guidance. Yan si Bulol. Ito ito. Makikita niyo yan sa Baguio. Okay? Next. Okay. Next. Kulintang, Mindanao, under ng metal carving. Okay? Example ng metal carving, si Kulintang, Mindanao. Okay. Si Kulintang Mindanao, it is a gong ensemble from Mindanao. Okay? Mindanao, used by Maranao. Okay? And other Muslim groups, of course. Okay? Saan gawa si, paano ginagawa si, saan ginagawa si Kulintang Mindanao? Okay? Okay. Si Kulintang, yung instrument na to, itong mga gongs na to, yan. Kita niyo may mga designs. Diba dati na, paano na nagawa yun? Okay? Ang tawag dito sa pag-carve na is ornately carve. Okay? Ornately carve. Ibig sabihin, may impression silang ginagawa sa kahoy. For example, sa dentist, punta kang dentist. Okay? Papagawa ka ng brace or susukatin yung mouth mo, di ba? Kukunan nila ng impression. Okay? O, ganun, impression. Tapos, for example, sa kahoy. Okay? Yung kahoy, nilagyan nila ng design ng, ng flowers. Okay? May design ng flowers. Okay? Paangat ka, ipupukpok nila yan dyan sa bakal. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng ornately carved. Heavy. Okay? You're placing heavy materials para makuha yung impression na gusto mo or geometric patterns, floral motifs, and yung mga traditional na designs. Okay? Yun paano ginawa. Again, tandaan si ornately carved. Next. Question. Question mo na. Romblon is marble capital of the Philippines. Marble capital of the Philippines. Beyond its economic value, it is marble craft culturally significant because it showcased Filipino artistry and skilled labor, turning raw stones into functional and artistic pieces and that reflect patience, precision, and cultural pride. Getting there. Okay, so ito na, no? Romblon carved marbles from Miagao Church National Cultural Treasure Stones, carving at the facade of World Heritage Site. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng facade? Itong labas. Okay? Labas. Facade. Nakikita, pinapakita, facade. Okay? Ang mga taga-Romblon ang gumawa na. Okay? Sila ang nag-carve. Next, folk graphic and plastic arts. Ito na. Gusto ko tong discussion na to. Sabi dito sa folk graphic and plastic arts, okay? The fields under folk graphic and plastic arts are tattooing, folk writing, and folk drawing and painting, okay? Pero focus tayo sa folk writing, okay? The Philippines has numerous indigenous scripts, collectively called as suyat. Okay. From the word itself, suyat means sulat, sulat. Ibig sabihin to write or writing. Okay, collectively, tawag doon suyat. Okay, hindi lang baybayin. Ito yung baybayin, di ba? Taas kamay o mag-heart yung mga gustong baybayin na lang dapat gamitin sa buong Pilipinas writings. Taas mag-heart nga, yung gusto kasi yung gusto niyo to, yung mga gusto niyo yung mga design na yan, di ba? Gusto niyo yung mga sulat-sulat. Taas kamay. Dali na. Umamin na. Heart. Sino gusto niyo maging baybayin yung writings ng Philippines? Oh. Kasi di ba maganda tignan? Oh. Sige. Sabi dito sa folk writing calligraphy, the Philippines has numerous indigenous scripts collectively called as suyat. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang baybayin ang meron tayong type of writing sa buong Pilipinas, no? Various ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines prior to Spanish ethno-linguistic, okay, in the 16th century up to the independence era in the 21st century have used scripts with various mediums. By the end of colonialism, only 4 of the Suyat scripts survive and continue to use by certain communities in everyday life. Okay? So meron pa tayong baybayin, pero meron pang 3. Okay? I forgot. Okay? Pero sa buong Pilipinas, meron tayong ancient writing na Tagbanwa, Kordita, Haninoo, Kulitan, Jawi, Kerim. Okay? Yun yung mga hindi lang baybayin. Kaya pag sinabi nyo gusto nyong baybayin lang yung type of writing or folk writing na gagawin natin sa buong Pilipinas, ang tawag sa'yo, aesthetic nationalism. Actually, hindi mamahal yung Pilipinas. Ang tawag sa'yo, aesthetically nationalism. Okay, gusto mo lang maganda yung aesthetic lang, yung mga sulat-sulat. Okay, pero hindi mo kino-consider na may iba pang writing system sa Pilipinas. Katulad ng Tagbanwa, Kordita, Hanino, Kulitan, Jawi, Kerim. Okay, you have to consider that. Ibig sabihin, pag kinonsider mo lang baybayin, nagkaroon na naman ng regionalism, no? Para mga taga Metro Manila, 'di ba? Very centralized ang power, 'di ba? Very regionalistic. Nasa kanila lang ang ang region, no? Very regionalistic lang sila. Very centralized ang power, no? Na-outcast mo yung ibang writing or ancient writing system. Saan ba galing si Baybayin? Baka lumabas sa Gen Ed nyo. Pag sinabing baybayin, ibig sabihin this is the indigenous writing used most commonly in Luzon. Okay? Ito yung paano mo siya binabasa. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng baybayin. Yung alibata, okay? Ang definition kasi na binigay ni Paul Versosa, okay? Sabi kasi ni Paul Versosa, kala niya dati galing yan sa Arabic na ang ibig sabihin ay Ali and Bet or alphabet ng Arabic. Pero, hindi talaga. Kaya parang sinabi mong, parang yan na naman, parang wala na naman tayo ng sariling definition or wala na naman tayo sa sariling kakilanlan. Okay? Pag sinabing baybayin, yun lang talaga ang definition nun. Okay? Or yun talaga ang pinaka-definition ng alibata. Sa atin lang yun. Okay? Meron kasi sa mga TikTok, iba yung explanation nila. Alibet, from the Arabic word na Ali and Bet, na ibig sabihin alphabet. Pero sa atin talaga yung alibata. No? Okay? Yun. Okay. What makes Tabon Cave discovery? Okay. Question. Naiintindihan po ba ang mga pinagsasabi ko? Huwag maging regionalistic, no? Naiintindihan po ba? Pasan nga ng heart. Sorry for the rant, but you deserve to hear that. Don't be regionalistic. Okay? Next. Next question. What makes the Tabon Cave discovered in Palawan culturally important? Okay. The answer here is it contained a burial jar with a boat-shaped lid depicting two human figures believed to symbolize a voyage to afterlife. Ano itsura ito? Okay. Ang tawag dyan ay, ang tawag dyan? Bull-ol. Diba? Bull-ol, ito may dalawang human shape. Nasa voyage, traveling to afterlife. Okay? Ang manunggol jar, iba siya. Okay? Which of the following artwork secondary bullet that signifies the belief of early Filipino in life after death? Ang sagot dito ay manunggol jar. Ito naman, si manunggol jar, makikita to sa Sarangani Province. Okay. Itong pagkakaiba nila, sir, ano yung pagkakaiba ni manunggol jar? Si manunggol jar, may dalawang tao nasa voyage. Okay? They traveling. Okay? Si maitom or manunggol, ay sorry. Wait. Sorry. The correct answer, ito, wala. Si manunggol jar. Okay? Anong pagkakaiba ni maitom jar at ni manunggol jar? Ay, kaya pala. May question kasi dito. Natakpan ko, hindi ko siya nalagyan ng transition. Ang tanong dito sa nakatakip, the discovery of maitom jars in Ayub Cave, Sarangani Province is significant because etong maitom jars, they were significant because the jars are anthropomorphic burial jars. Okay? Same lang naman sila. Human shape with expressive face used in secondary burial jars. Okay? Pag sinabing traveling voyage, ang sasagot nyo, manunggol jar. Pero pag sinabing secondary burial jar at may anthropomorphic face, ang sasagot nyo, maitom jar. Pasensya na. Okay? Nagkahalo. Okay? Kasi wala akong picture nakaraan. Okay? Okay, maitom jar. Okay. Si Rai, sasabi niya, si manunggol, ashes. Si maitom is bones. Okay? Manunggol is ashes, si maitom is bones. Okay? Pero ang pinakaano talaga si maitom jars is anthropomorphic. Ito, two depicting human in voyage, traveling to afterlife. Ang sagot nyo ay manunggol jar. Okay? Next. Ito, yun yung mga example ng pottery, no? Kaya pinasok ko na yung question na yon. Okay? Yun ang example ng pottery. Okay? Indigenous traditional Philippines arts. Okay? Pottery. Categorized into ceramic making, clay pot making, and folk bin, a part of various cultures in the Philippines with evidence cultures dating around 3,500 years ago. Okay? Yun yun. Important pottery artifacts include the manunggol jar and the maitom jar. Okay, 890 to 710 BCE. Pakitandaan. Okay, again, manunggol jar at saka si maitom jar. Pakitandaan. Okay, manunggol jar, may dalawa. Si maitom jar, anthropomorphic face with expression. Okay, next. Ayan. Okay, ito na. Konti na lang. As envisioned in Republic Act No. 7355, Manlilikha ng Bayan Act, which of the following best describes ang manlilikha ng bayan? Pag sinabi nating manlilikha ng bayan, anong sagot? Okay. A citizen engaged in traditional Filipino art whose exceptional skills are preserved and transmitted to community. Okay. The answer here is letter B. Okay, so again, Republic Act 7355. Okay, next. As of the recent records, how many individuals have been recognized as awardees of Gawad Manlilikha ng Bayan? Very good sagot. 17 award. Okay, next. Which of the following best describe the role of National Commission for Culture and the Arts or NCCA in relation to Manilikha ng Bayan? Alam niyo to, it serves as the highest policy-making and coordinating body for culture and the arts, ensuring the preservation and transmission of traditional artistic skills. Okay? So here are the list of Gamaba awardees. Hindi na natin siya isa-isahin. Pakibasa na lang or in screenshot. Yung mga youth ba hindi pa? Okay? Okay? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, papasok na ata si Sir Chan. I hope you guys, no? Antayin natin si Sir Chan.
Yes, coach. Andito lang ako
Yeah.
sa kabila.
Madaming natutunan.
Oh, of course, ano. Na minsan kasi coach, 'di ba? Alam mo, mayaman yung Pilipinas in terms of arts and craft natin, 'di ba? Kaso
Yes.
nga lang kung nasusundan niyo yung topic natin mula elementary hanggang high school, parang nawawala yung arts and crafts. Do you agree? No? Na parang nawawala siya, tapos bigla ulit siyang babalik. I think sa grade 4 lang yata nabigyan ng pagkakataon yung art and crafts natin. Tapos pagdating naman sa grade 6 parang nawawala siya. Sa grade 7, I don't think so inoffer siya or na-discuss siya. Except sa MAPE siguro. No, sa MAPE may arts and craft
Yes,
tayo dun sa
MAPE.
MAPE natin. No, pero kung titingnan mo, 'di ba, yung alignment dito ngayon na supposedly hold on. Na supposedly coach, 'di ba, teachers, sana yung arts and crafts natin na pagtuunan ng pansin sa TLE majorship mismo, no? Kasi kung titingnan mo dito, high school teachers kayo later on, 'di ba? High school teachers kayo later on. Pero kayo mismo ang hindi naka-experience ng arts and crafts during your high school years. No? Bakit? Sir, bakit mo alam yan? Eh kasi subject area coordinator po ako ng TLE. No? Kaya in terms of curriculum development, hinahanap ko talaga doon, no? Oh, hinahanap ko talaga doon. Oo nga, sa art appreciation meron yan dyan. Pero kung titignan mo yung misalignment, di ba? May arts and crafts tayo sa TLE, pero yung art appreciation is ibang subject po siya. Di ba? Ayan. So anyway, teachers, no? Maraming salamat po, Coach Alfred, sa pagtalakay po ng ating arts and crafts for tonight. Maraming salamat po, Coach Talosa. And together with you is Coach Tan. Pilipinas, muli magandang gabi, Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. At see you bukas. Paalam.